Good morning, everybody. This is Mo Hazimi with Mo Ahmed with Morning Cup of Moes. This is our episode number 4. He's going to get into our topics for the day. Let's get started.
Let's go. Mo Ahmed with you. Let's start with the topics. We have coffee as usual.
As usual.
We have NBA. You know what we're going to talk about.
Of course.
NFL. Nice weekend.
Yeah, it was.
Nice. And we have some controversial stuff that me and Dr. Mo might start fighting. But let's tell you guys what it is. Can you claim a favorite athlete even though he was before your time? Mm-hmm. Also, we're going to talk competition in sports.
Yeah.
So let's get it going. Let's talk coffee.
Go ahead, start it up. Let's see what coffee we want to go with first.
What do we got today?
Today we went with Panera. So I know for you how much you love the memory of Panera.
Panera gives me PTSD because it takes me back to grad school.
Yeah.
What takes you back to grad school?
Starbucks.
I know it's been like 85 years.
Starbucks all day. Starbucks all day. I used to live in Starbucks.
Really?
Between there and the library, that's where I was studying all the time. Stepping inside of there, I'm just like, I get the little, nervous reaction of like, I don't want to be here anymore.
Panera, anytime I see Panera, I actually have a story about Panera. I remember one time I was studying there for like 7 hours and I was just so overwhelmed. I had a bunch of exams. I had a board exam coming up. I legit broke down in Panera, started crying at one of the booths.
Really?
I legit started crying. So even though it's bad, it does get better later on.
It does. It does. So let's talk about this. We got the medium roast, which is this one right here. That's the Colombian Brew medium roast. That one's that one there. Yeah. They're good. So it's just a matter of, I like this one. Actually, the one reason why I tried Panera, I was at my kids' game coaching. I think we were in Pontiac, and there was nothing out there. Like Panera was the only thing out there. So I'm like, I need coffee. We started the game at like 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. We were out there by 7:30, and I'm like, I need something warm. It was a cold day. Went and tried Panera, and it wasn't horrible from what I remember. Now, was it not horrible because there was no competition around, or was it not horrible because it was actually good? So let's give it a try and see.
Let's do it.
No, that's good.
Smooth.
That is good. As a smooth black coffee, nothing in here, just a medium roast.
It's not strong. It's just
no, but you get a real good coffee bean taste. Mm-hmm. I mean, I could do that. I could definitely do that. It's not like, oh, wow. A lot of my stuff is consistency. Like we talked about it the other day with Tim Horns, and we always talk about it. And I'm just like, what would you really rate it? And I'm like, high 5s, low 6s. Not that it's the best. Yeah, it's not the best coffee out there, but it's consistent.
Yeah,
what you're getting every time you pull up. So with that on that scale, I mean, I easily give this a 6.2. Easily. No doubt.
I'm going to go 6.6. 6.6.
Yeah, I go 6.2 there. I could do that. On consistency. I remember what it tastes like before. It tastes the same exact right now. If I know I need a good black coffee, I know I could go there, which I could live with that.
But this is a beginner black coffee, you'd say, right? It's
not
too strong.
Not too strong.
Smooth to the point.
Yeah, it's just smooth. It's still a little watered down. Like I would like it a little bit stronger, but it's consistent again. It's doable. I like it. Next one is their vanilla caramel cold brew. I went in. I'm not a big fan of cold coffee. Unless it's like a dessert or like a hot summer day or something. Yeah. But I asked the guy, I was like, hey, what's your, most famous one that is highly ordered? And this is what he told me. So I said, let's give it a shot. The problem I don't like with these, sort of getting into this right off the rip, I always taste the milk. Like it just tastes, way too milky for me. So that's always the issue.
This is milk.
Straight milk.
This is absolutely milk.
Straight milk.
There's no coffee in here.
No, absolutely not.
My man's uses the coffee as the cream.
Yeah. No. I mean, straight milk. I can't even rate it. I mean,
I'm sorry.
A 1.
I'm gonna go very low.
Yeah, a 1.
I'm gonna go 1 as well.
Yeah, no, get that away. All right, let's keep this one back.
Milk, so
no, I can't do milk. I'm sorry. Whoever sips on milk for no reason, I just find weird.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's okay. So let's get into it. NBA, go ahead. I know you like starting with your boy. Give us some updates.
I'm not gonna start with my boy today. We're gonna talk jersey sales this year. Okay. Number 1, Steph Curry.
This year, right? Not all time.
This year. Okay. We're talking this year, Steph Curry. And I can see that. I can see why Steph's number 1. All these kids shoot from half court. Steph, Curry. It used to be Kobe.
Now it's just Chef. They're cooking it like Chef.
Chef Curry.
Yeah.
And then number 2, you got the all-time GOAT, Mr. James.
Relax.
3, you got Giannis. 4, you got Luka. 5, you got KD. 6, Ja. 7, Jason Tatum.
He's a beast. Yeah, he's a beast.
8, you got D-Book. 9, Joel. 10, you got Damian. 11, Trae Young. 12 is
LaMelo
Ball. 13 is Anthony Day-to-Day Davis. 14 is Zion Williamson. 15 is Kyrie Irving.
So, any of that surprise you?
Not really.
No?
I think Tatum should be a lot higher up.
I'm surprised Tatum and Ja aren't higher in today's in this year.
Tatum should be higher because he's having a career year.
Yeah, I'm surprised him and Ja aren't higher.
Ja should be higher as well.
Yeah.
But the top 5, not really.
No, I'm not. I just think those two should be in the top 5.
Yeah, like if I had to take anybody,
I would take Durant out. Would probably be the only one I would take out.
I'd probably take KD out.
Yeah, that would be the only one I would take out.
Maybe Giannis, maybe. I'd bump him down a little bit.
Maybe bump him down a little bit, but I don't know if I'll take him out of the top 5.
Yeah, I'd bump him down. Luka stays where he's at. Luka should be 3.
Yeah.
Giannis 4, take out KD, put KD at 6, put Ja at 7, and put Tatum at 5.
Yeah,
That's
I could see that. I could see that easily. Especially in today's with all the kids, seeing. I would see Ja with his dunks, with everything going on. Sure. He would be coming up and coming. Jason Tatum, he's gonna be there forever. I'm sort of surprised Kyrie's still on that list though. Period. Even though he's 15, I'm surprised on that list at all.
Yeah, me too. With everything going on with him.
Myself personally, I respect the guy. I mean, he says what's on his mind. He does it respectfully. He does it off the court. He doesn't do it at press conferences.
I think he's awesome.
I think he's good at what he's doing. I just think he just needs to play basketball at times.
Tone it down a little bit.
Yeah, maybe a little, but
he's awesome.
He's good.
They beat the Warriors yesterday.
Yeah.
Kyrie had a good game.
Yeah, he did.
All right, to the Lakers.
To the Lakers. Go ahead.
So the Grizzlies are on an 11-game win streak, and guess who came in and broke that boy? Mr. King, the James.
They did as a team.
LeBron James.
They did as a team. Go ahead. Give the team stats. Schroeder showed up.
Schroeder in the fourth quarter had a nice steal. He had an and one. LeBron didn't play good that game.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. They did as a team.
They did as a team, but they came out. They came out and they won that game.
And as a team effort, I'll give them that. They knocked him off the 11-game win streak. I get it.
Awesome.
He didn't take it over himself, which he's capable of doing so whenever he wants. But he didn't. Okay, so it was a team effort. How far is he from the scoring title?
224 more points.
I mean, what is that? Is he averaging, 30 points a game?
Yeah, I think since turning 38, he's averaging 31 points.
Yeah, he's 31 points a game, I think.
Which is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And what's crazy about that record is, that record has been there for 40 years. Mm-hmm. So my man's about to come in and break a record that's 40 years old.
I believe.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And a few things to mention. When LeBron passed Jordan, he took 1,262 fewer shot attempts.
Yeah. You were telling me that. I didn't know that prior.
And also, rest in peace, when he passed Kobe, he took 2,000 less shots.
Okay.
And then he will pass Kareem with 1,000 less shot attempts. Also, LeBron has a better field goal percentage and three-point percentage than both Kobe and Jordan.
Okay.
That's the GOAT.
Not the GOAT. First 10 seasons. Let's talk first 10 seasons real quick. Okay. Just in rebounds alone. Well, let's go points first. In the first 10 seasons, Jordan had 21,998 points. Okay. Kobe had 16,866.
You pulling up your pictures?
Oh, I'm pulling them up. All right. LeBron had 21,081. So he's about 900 off. Okay. Rebounds. Jordan had 4336. LeBron had 1845.
This is the first 10 years?
First 10 years. I'm sorry. That was no. Forgive me. LeBron had, where was he? 55-53. So he beat him in rebounds. Sorry, forgive me. I was looking at the wrong thing. Assist. In assist, he once again beat him easily. Okay, by 1,300 points.
You can't compare those two assets.
No, you can't.
Rebounds, assists, you give it to LeBron.
You give it to LeBron all day. I'm not disagreeing.
I understand.
Scoring.
LeBron was never known as a scorer.
And steals, 1845 for Jordan, 1323 for LeBron.
Yeah, Jordan
played both sides. Yeah, played both sides.
LeBron played both sides too.
He was great with the blocks.
LeBron in 2011, I believe, lost Defensive Player of the Year by 1 vote.
Yeah.
They gave it to Marc Gasol, which it
should not
still
have
doesn't sit well with me.
Should not have happened.
But it's crazy how a person that's considered a pass-first person is about to be number one in all-time scoring.
Yeah. But listen, all-time scoring, he's there. Once again, we talk about this nonstop, the longevity.
Yeah.
Longevity is there. Okay, you're in the league long enough and scoring the way that he is, and he could score at will when he drives it.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
He didn't get a shot until Steph changed the game, and he realized, oh, crap, I need a shot. And that's when he sort of changed his game around as well and became a good decent three-point shooter and a better from the field shooter.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been better. So when you have that and you could score at will driving to the rim, and now you can't get touched in today's NBA. It'll be a foul. So you can't.
Yeah, you're in there.
They used to have Hack-a-Shaq. Shaq used to get brutalized underneath the rim and still hardly get any calls. But they sent him to the free throw line because he was a horrible free throw shooter. He couldn't shoot it.
So I keep staring at the shirt of yours. What's going on?
Sona Detroit, man. Sona Detroit is where
it's a Golden State shirt?
It's Golden State. So he takes a lot of Detroit players. Any type of Michigan players, anything like that, and he makes it his own graphics.
Wow!
And they actually release them sort of like how Kanye does his Yeezy stuff, where it's like it's online order only.
Really?
The quality of their shirt is phenomenal. Their shirts and their sweatshirt. My wife got a sweatshirt.
Can you open that up a little more?
So this is Jordan Poole from the Warriors. Wow. They have one with the Red Wings. They have some with the Pistons. I mean, he takes a lot of Detroit sports or players from Michigan State.
That's awesome.
Whatever it is, dude, they're on run. The biggest thing with them is not just the detail; the quality of their shirt is phenomenal. Really? My nephew actually got me onto them. It was just like, hey, you got to try them. I ordered a sweatshirt and this. Landed both of them. Got one for the wife, one for me. I got the T-shirt, but their sweatshirt even is like it's so heavy.
It's awesome. A
lot of detail on it. I mean, it's awesome the way that it is. Every time they release something, I try to hurry up and grab it, especially because I'm a homer with everything. So especially like the Wings or Pistons, dude, it's awesome.
Awesome shirt, man.
Oh yeah.
So you didn't like something over the weekend, Shannon Sharpe.
Oh yeah. Yeah, listen, at the end of the day, it's you're a spectator there. I don't care what your title is. Everyone's always complaining about fans heckling the players too much, which whatever, back in the day, I think they used to heckle the players even more. But now fans are getting kicked out because players are requesting to get kicked out. So you can't say whatever. And I understand they're human, bashing them and bashing their families and all that stuff. There's things that are off limits for bashing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
They should definitely be off limits. But they never got kicked out of the game like that. Okay. Shannon Sharpe, just because of his title,
you're not kicking
him out, right? But I just feel like as Skip sort of pushed for this guy to be on the show with him at the beginning. He really did, and there's record of them both saying it. And now I think he's outgrew his own ego, where he just really thinks his shit don't stink, and it just really bothers me because now it's just with him backing up LeBron all the time on the show. It like became real for him, where it's like he's his sidekick.
His fan base is
he's his groupie. I mean, bro, relax a little bit.
But he did apologize. He apologized.
I get
on Twitter, apologized, and sometimes it's very difficult to apologize.
Yeah, but was that him apologizing, or was that First Take telling him he has to apologize?
I think it was him.
I don't know.
I think so.
How genuine was it?
It was a tweet.
It was a tweet, So that's why I'm just like, I mean, you're a fan, spectate.
For sure.
Be a spectator.
Absolutely. I just feel like in today's world, we forget that these athletes are people.
Yeah.
And we just say whatever we want. We scream at them. And at the end of the day, we just got to notice, like, hey, tone it down.
Yeah, of course.
If that person has a family, that person has kids, settle down.
I get stepping it down, but at the same time, you should be able to just take it. I don't even know what was said or what he said.
People are just too much nowadays, like screaming and saying vulgar things.
Well, I think it's a combination of the both. I think people are too much with their screaming and vulgar things. I also think people are too much with the sensitivity.
Yeah.
Like you gotta step on eggshells all the time when you're speaking, because you're afraid to offend anybody or say anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Where you can't agree to disagree anymore. And so I think that's a big issue right now, because it's just, and that's with everything, not just with sports. Don't get me wrong. I don't know what he was saying or what was said or anything along those lines. I have no idea. I mean, if he swore to his kids, different story, right? But I'm just talking about that takes me on to the whole emotional aspect and why we're bringing in the is competition okay later on, because that's what it sort of reminds me of. It's like, you got to step on these eggshells and be politically correct and not agree to disagree.
You got to watch out what you say
and
nowadays.
if you're not on the same page as somebody or have the same opinion as somebody,
and then
it's like
tension.
You're wrong. There's tension. Like, no, we could agree to disagree. It's no problem.
I agree. Boston's on a 9-game win streak.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum looks awesome. He's actually having a career year. He's averaging 31 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to see Tatum win MVP this year.
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
He's a young star. He's a young star. He's coming up. How long's he been in the league for?
5 years, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah, young star. He's coming up. So, I mean, I think I'd like to see him take it over.
You know
and
who Tatum reminds me of? A big Kobe.
Yeah.
He plays like him.
Yeah.
His fade away and all that.
He's got the same finesse.
Yeah, I like Tatum a lot.
Yeah, I just think he's he's good for Boston. Listen, when Boston's good, when the Lakers are good, it's good for basketball. It's good for NBA as a product, because that's what started them. So him being there for Boston, now they just need the Knicks to do better. How they doing this year? I don't think they're doing too hot.
Doing good.
Yeah.
I think their best player is Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I mean, Celtics, Knicks, and Lakers. I mean, if they're not good, those are the biggest fan bases in the NBA.
You know what the crazy thing about the Knicks is? A point guard has never averaged more than 16 points.
Really?
In franchise history.
Really?
Jalen Brunson's averaging like almost 20.
I didn't know that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that.
Absolutely. Let's get into the NFL.
My game.
Fluke. Who is the fluke?
I don't know if you think the fluke. Come on.
Yes. Everyone thought the Giants were, oh my God, the Giants are the real deal.
No, stop.
You didn't. I'm saying majority of their fan base.
No, listen, fan bases are all very biased. You can't say that. You can't go off the fan base. For them to get to the divisional round of the playoffs, no one put them there. So for them to get there, it's not a fluke.
Danny Dimes had a bad game, right?
Danny Dimes had a bad game, but this is year 5. Year 2 or 3 with all other quarterbacks, whether it's Burrow or whoever, they always get them at star receiver to actually pair up with them. Danny Dimes has had nobody. He's had Saquon. That's all he's had. Who'd they get him? Galladay?
Galladay was a
Come
beast
on,
on the Lions.
stop.
You telling me he wasn't good?
I'm not saying he wasn't a beast, but they suckered him out of there. His injuries or whatever the hell happened to him. But it was just, they've never brought him a true stud receiver. I'm not saying he's a star. I'm not saying you put him on Burrow, Mahomes, or anybody's level of that nature. No, but he needs pieces around him. They got a decent defense, decent offense. For that team, that non-star studded team, to make it the divisional round of the playoffs and get swallowed by the Eagles, I don't think you could expect anything more than that. Were you expecting to go to the Super Bowl?
I wasn't expecting playoffs.
I wasn't either.
At all.
So the fact that they superseded that, they're not a fluke.
Well, I think the Giants are a team. Yeah, they had a good year this year. I think next year they're nothing. I think they're that type of team.
Do they bring stars around him or not? If they bring stars around him,
all he needs is a good receiver.
He needs a good receiver.
What's a good receiver? You think if they bring in like an Odell back, you think that's
Odell? Could Odell play still? An Odell-esque player? An Odell-esque player? You know, like a Jamar-esque player or a Jetta, if they could find one in the draft or have a free agent come through. Yeah, he needs that. He needs that because right now,
I don't believe in Danny Dimes at all.
Well, they're stacking how many in the box right now, trying to shut down Saquon. So that's why he gets all the numbers as well. But it's just a matter of he needs another piece to help him out. He's got nobody. He really has nobody. But the craziest thing with that Eagles offense, they had a total of 268 rushing yards between Gainwell, Sanders, and Hurts. That is just a complete control of the time of possession. And when you control that time of possession, forget about it. You win the game, no matter what. So they have the ball majority of the time. It's over with. Like the Giants had no chance at all because of that reason. So that was where it was like it was over before it even started because of the fact of they controlled the ball through the run game, and that's old school football. Play defense, run the ball.
Ground and pound.
Ground and pound. So you do that, they're going to be scared to beat. So that's where I think it was hard. And then the next game we get into KC and Jags, which I think was more of a game than what people expected.
Mahomes got hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
The injury looked scary. It looks like a high ankle sprain, they said, right?
Yeah. So high ankle sprain, let's sort of explain what that is. You got your tibia and your fibula, lower leg. You got that basically interlocking sheath or sort of sheet between the two bones. When that sort of sprains, that's your high ankle sprain. The problem with that, there's really no treatment. It's just a matter of, time. That's all it is. It's usually 6 to 8 weeks of just rest and relax. I'm sure they'll probably shoot it up with whatever in the heck to get him out on the field, but he's not going to be playing at 100%.
He's playing.
He's playing. He already came out and said he's playing. But with that sheet, that's why that high ankle sprain is so hard to deal with and dreaded because it's nothing you could get to. It's nothing you could brace. It's nothing you could actually tape up.
It just takes time.
Yeah, lower ankle sprain is you tape it up, you could get it stable, you could play, you're good. Your range of motion, your biomechanics won't be 100%, but you're good to go. You can limit the pain.
Low ankle sprain over high
all day because low ankle is 2 to 4 weeks, high ankle you're 6 to 8 weeks. It's ridiculous.
So and they don't have.
Yeah, and
next week
he will be living in a hyperbaric chamber, high oxygen levels. He will be living with cold laser therapy. He will be living with all these other things just to at least treatment to try to get that done. Sure. I think hyperbaric chambers and cold laser therapy is going to be the two biggest things.
Help with inflammation.
Yeah, so that'll help with the inflammation, all that stuff.
Down.
Because they have to, because he's not going to be 100. But the Jags
look good.
The Jags, my man, went from 2-11 to 9-8. Okay, what was the one thing that changed?
Coaching.
So when I talk about coaching and how important coaching is in the NFL or in any football game, okay, whether it's Pee Wee, college, whatever, it makes a big difference.
Absolutely.
Huge. Look what Trevor Lawrence did. Look at the steps he took. That was huge. I mean, he looked like he's there. He
looked good, yeah.
And Peterson comes out and says he's only 50% there. He came outside that before the last game.
Still a lot of growth.
He's still a lot of growth. Still 50% right? Second year.
Yeah.
So I mean, he led the last game. He went 24 of 39, 217 yards, a touchdown, and an interception.
Still a lot of growth.
And then they were in the game completely until the Agnew fumble. That Agnew fumble was just that was a dagger. It was done at that point. So and now next week the KC has that matchup with the Bengals, I believe, right?
So I think this is going to be exactly what you said a while ago. Not with this game, but with Brady. How do you beat Brady?
Rush him.
Rush him. I think they need to put so much pressure on Mahomes because he's not going to want to roll out with that ankle. There's absolutely no way. He wants to sit in the pocket. He doesn't want to run on that foot.
Yeah. But what makes Mahomes that good?
The versatility.
He's rolling out.
He to the right, slinging
he runs to the right, throws it across his body off his back foot and nails it on a dot.
But pressure on Mahomes is key in this next game.
It's going to be.
If they put that, they lose.
At first it was Mahomes, right? And I truthfully believe Mahomes is the sort of your boy LeBron of the NFL, where he's a freak of nature. He could do it all he's very versatile. He's not a stand in the pocket kind of quarterback.
He could do everything.
He could do everything.
Yeah.
So with this high ankle sprain, I think that changes sort of what you think the outcome of this game is going to be between the Bengals and the Chiefs, where now Joe Burrow is the man. So let's talk about Joe Burrow. He had the Bengals-Bills matchup. What happened there?
Joe Burrow was Joe Burrow.
Ice cold, baby.
Joe Burrow is the man. And back to the coaching thing you said, I was watching a little snippet about Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
And his whole family was on the defensive end.
Yeah.
Like they played defense. Yep. They all played football. And then in third grade, his Pee-wee coach put him as quarterback.
Really?
And that shifted the dynamic with him. So I can see why that's important.
So, and talk about, and bring that back, and I was going to bring this up a little bit later, but we'll bring it up now. You can't predestine a kid for what they're going to play because their body changes every year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Their mentality changes every year. You got to see where you're going to place them on the field and watch them grow. So you can't sort of just put your system in these kids and say you have to fit within the system. You have to actually see where they fit in the system and help them excel. And that's the hardest part with all coaching.
Sure.
It's just trying to figure
weaknesses. That's what you got to monitor.
Exactly.
And you got to see.
Exactly. So Bengals-Bills was a very snowy game. Sort of made it look like whoever had the best running game was gonna win. It looked like a Josh Allen kind of day. Burrow ended up going for 23 of 36, 242 yards and 2 tutties.
I called the Bengals last week.
You did.
Bengals.
And I was a toss-up with it. I didn't vote against or for it. But I thought watching the snow come down, I thought it'd be more of a Bills game because their defense was a little bit more stout.
Joe Burrow, it's cold.
Joe Burrow was just the numbers that he put up. And the biggest thing was Joe Mixon just coming up out of nowhere with 105 yards on 20 carries and a tutty. So once again, if you watch, Hayden Hurst came through when it was needed. He was a big boy that day. I think he only had 5 receptions for 59, I think, 50, 60 yards and a touchdown. But my biggest thing with that is, once again, trenches. Look at the linemen. The linemen manhandled the Bills. Completely manhandled them. So that's where it's if you're tough in the trenches, you are gonna take over the game, right? And that's where I'm a lot of these offensive linemen, they don't get enough credit for what they do, because if it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for the defensive linemen, the backers would never get what they're supposed to be getting. So, for example, your defensive line, if your defensive line gets blown off the ball and now they're getting pushed back into the linebackers, well, now the linebackers can't do their job. And then guess what? DBs, safeties, all them can't do anything else. So
same thing with offensive line.
Same thing with offensive line. So if they don't do what they're supposed to be doing, the game's lost. The game's lost. It's done. So I don't think they get enough credit. Now, one thing was said yesterday that I don't think we have on here, but the thing that trips me out is yesterday someone tried to say that Josh Allen's washed or Josh Allen's overrated or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Josh Allen was the leading rusher with 26 yards on his game. Okay, this goes along with the same thing that we were talking about just with the previous game. He has no talent around him. Okay, not no talent. I'm sorry, no running back. No running backs around him.
I think he has the talent around him. They just need to develop. I see something special in James Cook.
I do too.
I'm talking running backs.
Yeah.
I think the pieces are there. They just need to mature and grow in the offense.
Yeah,
I
see
think
that.
It'll take some time.
It'll take time, but I don't think he's. You can't count him out now just because that one game.
No,
Josh Allen's great.
Not. I just think the only downfall I believe with Josh Allen is he needs to take care of the ball a little better.
Yeah, but that's not his nature.
That's his game. I know.
He slings it. He just slings it. So I think that'll.
I think that's his biggest downfall. Yeah, that's the only downfall. It could be. See.
That's why and he reminds me of Ben. He reminds me of Ben. Just he hasn't won as much.
Yeah.
Ben won. By the time Ben was in his second year, Ben won a lot more. So he still has a lot of career left.
Still young.
But he gets whacked around a lot. Like he'll run the ball and doesn't slide. So how long will he be in today's NFL? I don't know.
One good hit.
So we'll see what happens there.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
Niners.
Niners.
Cowboys being the Cowboys, right?
Always.
Absolutely.
Always. Can't count on them. They lost 12 straight time that Dallas was not made it to the conference championship.
Cowboys are good for one playoff win.
Yeah.
After that, forget about it.
Good for the regular season.
Yeah.
They've been like that since Romo. Yeah. I've never really believed in them. Never really thought that they could get anywhere. The Niners played Niners ball. They ran the ball. They played good defense. They did what they were supposed to do. CD, the minute Pollard went down, your boy Pollard, then it was really over. I think fibula. Yeah. Was it?
Man,
yeah.
Tough.
So it's, that's just gonna be casted and he's done end of the season anyways. So he should be back to normal, no problem.
He's about to get franchise tagged though.
Yeah, they're not gonna sign him. They still got some money left up in Zeke. They're gonna franchise tag him for sure.
Zeke's coming to the end of his contract.
He should be towards the end. Yeah. But after paying Zeke that much and then never performing to his contract, do you think they'll ever pay another running back like that?
Probably not. No.
I mean, I would pay CD.
Especially Pollard getting hurt right now.
Yeah.
There's no way they pay him.
But I mean, a fibula break. I mean, at the end of the day, he's going to come back to normal. It's not anything.
Tough.
Yeah,
a player landed on his leg while
that's how I broke my ankle. That's how I broke my ankle back in high school. It was 6 to 8 weeks. You're in a cast. You're in a walking boot for a little bit after that, and then it's just rehab.
Tough.
And these guys live for rehab. They live to work out. Like that's their life. That's their job.
Yeah.
So he should be able to rehab and come back no problem at all. We got Eagles Niners next week.
So
who do you got?
Talking earlier, you talked about time of possession for the Eagles.
Yeah.
I think the Niners are the same exact people.
Same thing.
They make you play their football game.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm taking Niners.
Are you?
I got the Niners. here. I think it's a very defensive game.
Yeah.
I'm going Niners here.
I have a hard time with this because my pre-year was Eagles against the Bills. Okay. I want to go Niners, but just because I called the Eagles at the beginning of the year, I want to sort of see them through and stick them out. I think this is a toss-up. I think it's a coin toss. Whoever has the best trenches that day, that's who's going to win the game.
I feel like the Niners are just so gritty in their defenses.
They are.
In your face all the
and
time.
they got a lot of studs on offense. I mean, they could burn you from everywhere. So I truthfully believe the Niners are going to win, but I'm sticking to my guns on my preseason call of the Eagles getting there.
Okay.
So that's where it is there. But the one, the last thing about Dallas, and then we're moving on here. What the hell was that play at the end of the game? What is this, flag football? They got Zeke giving the freaking snap and then got manhandled by the defensive lineman. Did you watch that?
I didn't catch the last play. I caught the play before the last.
Oh my!
Dak threw it for like 7 yards or
something. Oh no! No, they lined up in some lumberjack formation where they had all the linemen. 4 linemen on one side, 3 linemen on another side, I believe, something along those lines.
I did see that.
And they had Zeke giving the snap. He threw a 7-yard pass, and it was supposed to be a hook and ladder, but Zeke it looked like it was supposed to be hook and ladder. I could be wrong. But he just got manhandled, completely just pancaked. It was ridiculous. We got to post it.
You're not the only one frustrated.
Oh, my God.
Skip Bayless, you see what he did?
No.
He took off his Dak jersey and tossed it in the trash. He said he's done with him.
Yeah, he will be till next year. Then he'll start getting on that bandwagon again.
Yeah,
Dak's he's a regular season beast. To win it in the playoffs and stuff like that, just not quite there.
KC Bengals, who you got?
Bengals.
You got me too.
Yeah, Bengals. If
I want to see Joe Burrow on one.
Healthy Mahomes, it would be a tougher game.
I'm going Bengals regardless.
No, healthy Mahomes would be a different game, but no, without Mahomes at 100%. Yeah.
I think it'd be more competitive. I'm still going Joe Burrow, even though he was healthy.
Yeah. So let's talk about our last thing here. There are last 2 things we got left.
All right. Which one you bringing up first?
Well, you want to talk about how the younger people can't appreciate or be a fan of the all-time great Jordan. So go ahead. Explain it. Explain how it happened.
So your nephew, 18 years old, he claims to be a Jordan fan. Mm-hmm. In my mind, you cannot.
Okay.
If you didn't live through the athlete's career, you can't claim him as your favorite player because that story is already written. It's done with. Go on. You can appreciate the greatness of that era.
That's what he's doing.
But that takes away from today's game.
No.
And I hate it.
Okay, hold on. But he's appreciating greatness. And that's what it is.
He's appreciating him as your favorite player.
Can you claim Michael Jackson's the king of pop?
I watched him, yes.
Can you claim Muhammad Ali as the best boxer?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. Done.
He can't be your favorite. He cannot
Why
be your
not
favorite.
though?
That chapter,
if you watch his style,
but
if you watch his style of boxing, if you watch his style of singing, or if you watch Gretzky play hockey,
you can say he's
okay,
he can't be your favorite.
And that's what he's saying. No, but that's what he was saying.
That's his favorite player. Which
okay, but he still has a favorite player today. Whether it's Steph, whether it's Steph or Tatum, or I don't know who his favorite player is.
No, he said Jordan is his guy.
Is his guy in the GOAT conversation?
No. He said Jordan is his guy.
You see, you misheard.
You can't claim a favorite player if you didn't go through his career.
Why not though?
Because you didn't live that story.
So if people claim Walter Payton as their favorite running back ever,
no,
never watched him.
And I'm gonna laugh.
That makes zero sense.
I can claim LeBron as my favorite player because I lived the lowlights, I lived the highlights, I lived everything. I used to go to school back when he was on the Cavs versus Pistons.
Yeah.
When he used to lose, the night before, I'm like, shoot, they're gonna get me because all these Pistons fans used to come up to me and say, LeBron lost.
Did you still go to school in your LeBron jersey?
Of course.
Okay, good. All right, good. As long as you didn't shy away from that. You could easily claim the GOAT.
Absolutely not.
Oh, come on.
You cannot have a favorite player that
I wasn't alive for Muhammad Ali. I still think he's the GOAT at boxing.
He's not your favorite boxer?
Who else is there? There's Mike Tyson. Okay, and I was alive to watch Mike Tyson, but I would still. And
you could claim him as your favorite then.
Okay, no, but if you told me, hey, simulate between Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson, I would pick Muhammad Ali over Mike Tyson, even though I watched Mike Tyson fight.
Absolutely not.
No,
if you
why
didn't
not?
Live the person's career, you can't claim him as your favorite.
Easily,
absolutely,
easily. You're wrong.
No way.
Bro,
no way.
At the end of the day, you could actually appreciate who the GOAT is and who is not the GOAT. Okay, and that's what it is.
As a favorite player,
or not, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying to a certain extent, but you can still appreciate their GOAT. The fact that they're the greatest of all time
is already written. You cannot claim a story that has been written and say
horrible.
That's like me not knowing anything about hockey, searching up who's the best hockey player ever. Yeah. Like, you know what? That's my favorite player.
Yeah, but if
I don't know anything about him.
Okay, but that's if you don't watch anything on him. What if anybody ended up watching Jordan's history? What Jordan did, how that he got bored with the league, went to the MLB and came back.
Nope.
There's a lot of different ways that you could go about it. Yes, all day.
If you did not live the person's career, don't claim him as your favorite player.
Oh, you could easily claim him. Easily claim him.
Absolutely not.
All day.
Competition in sports. Let's talk about it.
All right.
Let's talk about it.
Competition in sports. Honestly, at the end of the day, oh man, I'm sort of biting my tongue here.
So,
but
how are you with participation trophies?
Horrible.
Why?
Forget about it.
Why though?
Because if you're not, not everybody gets a trophy. You give it 100% all the time, right? And if you don't give it 100%, why? If you, I was born and raised. I get flustered here. I was born and raised. If you're not first, you're last.
Yeah.
Right. So you better give it your all.
Yeah.
24/7.
I agree.
If you want that trophy, you better earn it.
I agree.
And if you don't earn it, then there's no point in getting it. Period.
I think the two main assets in sports is obviously having fun, and at the end of the day, you want to win.
Yep. Winning is fun.
100%. Winning is more fun.
Yeah. Winning is fun.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Listen, losing is a necessity.
Participation trophies set you up for failure.
100%.
Because at this Pee-wee level, when you're getting a trophy for losing, later on in life, you're like, is it okay to lose?
Yeah. Well, and that's what I'm saying. So even when you're losing, that's the learning curve that we've been talking about for failure for the past 2-3 weeks.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's okay to lose. It's okay. Do you get back up?
It's the bounce
For
back.
Example, 2 weeks ago, I was coaching my kids' flag football. The other team scored 1 touchdown on us. My kids' head were down like crazy. And it was a team we should have annihilated. We should have just beat them. Really? It was early it was an earlier game. We're used to playing like the 11 or 12 o'clock slot. We were playing the 9 a.m. slot. These kids were half asleep. They ended up throwing a touchdown over the top on us, and their head were down completely.
They tossed in Pee Wee League?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. Well,
you gotta put me in.
You gotta understand. I got, they're 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, so they're older. Okay, so their heads were down the entire time, and we ended up getting smoked by this team. I think it was like 27-7 this week. And I kept on drilling in their head last week, short-term memory, short-term memory, short-term memory. In sports, you need to have that short-term memory. Whatever happened the last play, whatever happened the last game, whatever happened the last month, you need to forget about and worry about the next play. Because if you don't, then that's going to keep on just drilling into your head of your failure, and not looking to the future. So I was drilling that into them last week. This week, they came out. We were playing an undefeated team. Okay. This team was 3-0. Well, I got talent on our squad. We were playing an undefeated team. We came out and we ended up winning 21-7.
Oh, you got beat down.
But the minute they scored first. You watch the kids change. It was better than winning the game for me.
That goes back to the quote of tough times build tough people. That's exactly what it is.
So that's my whole thing of participation trophies aren't going to teach them that, because at the end of the day, they're going to get the medal at the end and not want that W. That's going to be hard. They need to fall on their face, and that's okay.
No, I agree.
Okay, so that's where I'm like, watching them actually fight back from being down this weekend and coming back with the last minute score was unbelievable. Okay, that was better than the W that we got on the scoreboard.
Absolutely.
So that's where I'm like, no, I'm sorry. Not everyone deserves participation.
More participation trophies.
And here's my thing: it all falls onto coaching, because at the end of the day, you need to work on the kids. Like for me, for example, when I'm talking to my kids, I'm coaching next year's freshmen for the Canton Lions, and when I'm talking to them, they usually do like a blue squad and a white squad, and you got half of your best talent on one, half of your best talent on the other, and then you fill them in so everyone gets the same amount of playing time. That worked when we were playing in a lesser division, where we were winning game after game and not even freaking trying out there. Now we're in a higher division, and we're playing up against teams like Pontiac, Rochester. These teams are good. That will not work. So I'm to the point where I already talked to some of the parents and everything. And I'm like, hey, you want to prove that you need playing time? Practice. Practice is where you prove that you deserve to be on that field on game day.
Show me.
Because at the end of the day, we need to win the game. Your reward, your salary, your pay at the end of the week is how much playing time you get on that field. It's just like in job. It's just like in the job. In the job, if you don't produce, you're not getting paid at the end of the week.
Yeah, you're right.
So you're training these kids of they should get paid no matter what. But even if they don't put the work in, am I wrong?
No, I absolutely agree.
So that's where it's just like, no, I'm sorry.
At the end of the day, you want to play more? Show me.
Show me you deserve to play more.
Show me. And a lot of times kids are basically in the realm of, hey, I'm only going to practice when people are looking.
Yeah.
No, practice when no one's there.
Yep.
Practice in your basement. Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Keep on going.
Yes.
Where at the end of the day, you get better. It's going to show in your production, and what you're going to play more.
Yep.
You're going to play more.
What was it? Uncoachable kids or untrainable adults?
Yeah.
Or unworkable adults?
Something like that.
And that's where you got to be able to coach these kids. Now, don't get me wrong. I think the coaching has changed because of this, the whole thing, the world, how it's changed, where I now have to look at kids and realize which kid I could actually be hard on and force them to give me a lap when they did something wrong, or which kid I have to sort of baby and sort of, talk to in a different manner. You can't just yell and scream and holler at every single kid out there. You have to change and alter your coaching per each individual, but it's still the same time where, no, I'm sorry, if you want a trophy, you better earn it. You better show me that you got it.
Not given.
Not given.
Absolutely.
Nothing's given.
Nothing's given in this world. Everything you own or everything you go for in this world, you have to fight for it.
You got to go get it.
You got to fight for it.
You got to go get it. So I think that brings us up for our wrap here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully we'll come back next week. We'll be episode 5. Make sure you guys subscribe, click that bell, share it if you like what you heard. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm Mo Hazimi with Morning Cup of Moes.
Mo Ahmed. Nice to talk to you guys.
Have a great day.
Have a good one.